It is a perfectly good Tuesday. Nothing is wrong. Everything is calm. You are laughing or working or just being. And that's when the thought arrives, like a cold splinter under your skin. This feels too good. This can't last. When is the other shoe going to drop? Welcome to the Thought Vault. Today, we're talking about pre-grieving, or catastrophizing. It is the defense mechanism of the overthinker. We try to practice the pain of a tragedy that hasn't happened yet, so that it won't hurt as much if it does. Your logic is simple. If I imagine the worst, I can't be surprised by the worst. You become a psychological architect. But you aren't building a future. You are building a fortress. A bunker designed to protect you from things that don't exist. It starts with a simple what if. You are walking down the street and your brain runs a vivid simulation of you tripping, breaking your jaw, and losing your job. It feels real. Your heart actually speeds up. You have pre-grieved the embarrassment of being clumsy before your foot even misses the curb.
This isn't preparation. Preparation is packing an umbrella because it might rain. Pre-grieving is refusing to leave the house because you might get struck by lightning. You look at your beautiful plant and imagine it dying. You pre-grieve the loss of a small, vibrant green life. You think, why buy another one? It'll just die too. And just like that, the joy of the green leaf is muted by the gray ghost of its death. When you pre-grieve, you trade your real now for an imaginary later. Let's talk about relationships. Things are going well, maybe too well. The intimacy feels dangerous because of the risk of its absence. Your brain starts scanning the horizon for an exit sign. You begin performing an autopsy on a relationship that is very much alive. You pre-grieve the breakup, the loneliness, the text that won't arrive. You rehearse the argument that hasn't happened. You practice saying, I knew this would end. I shouldn't have opened up. By rehearsing the end, you sabotage the beginning. You distance yourself to avoid getting hurt, which guarantees that the distance hurts. You've created a self-fulfilling prophecy of isolation. Why do we do this? It's a control mechanism.
Uncertainty is terrifying to an overthinking brain. A defined, terrible future is paradoxically more comforting than an undefined one. If you can see the disaster coming, you feel like you are controlling it. But catastrophizing isn't control. It's just early onset despair. It is suffering from a future that is not guaranteed. You are taking on the emotional debt of a crisis that has a 99% chance of never happening. Think of how heavy that is, carrying years of imaginary grief. You look at the pile of rusted iron you've built. Your fortress of fear is getting taller. It's supposed to keep the danger out, but it's actually just keeping the joy away. The white void is safe, but your mind is dark. You have traded connection for protection. Let's analyze this fortress. What is it actually made of? It is made of worst-case scenarios you've built with your own hands. In shot 30, you built a wall against heartbreak. In shot 40, you built a wall against professional failure. You are spending your real time building an iron cage to store your potential grief. It's time to examine the structure.
What if you put down the hammer? We mistake pessimism for preparedness. Preparedness is practical. Preparedness says, here is the contingency plan. Pre-grieving is emotional. Pre-grieving says, the outcome is already decided, and it's awful. Pre-grieving robs you twice. Once, by making you suffer before the event. And second, if the bad thing actually happens, your pre-grieving hasn't protected you. It hasn't dulled the pain. It just means you've suffered for weeks or months longer than necessary. It was wasted suffering. Stop performing autopsies on people who are still breathing. Stop attending the funeral for a plant that is still green. You are trying to waterproof your life against tears, and only succeeding in waterproofing it against connection. Look at your hands. They are calloused from building the fortress. You have spent your energy bracing for impact, instead of simply experiencing the ride. It's terrifying, I know. Dropping the shield means you might get hurt. But keeping the shield up guarantees that you will never be truly seen. To live with uncertainty is the highest form of bravery for an overthinker. The thought vault is about examining these patterns, not being trapped by them. Let's try an alternative. Look at the moment you are in right now. The air is solid. Your body is real. The floor holds you. You are safe in this exact moment. Why borrow trouble from a tomorrow that isn't written yet? When the what if arrives, counter it. Don't fight it, just observe it. What if I get promoted is just as valid a thought as what if I get fired? Both are imaginary. Why do you automatically choose the heavier one? Because it feels like a vaccine against disappointment. But the disappointment isn't fatal, and the vaccine is poisoning your present. It is okay to be happy today, even if you are sad next year. It is okay to open the door, even if you know one day you must say goodbye. The purpose of a story isn't the ending, it's the middle. And the middle is right now. Leave the fortress. Drop the hammer. Let the walls rust. Your life isn't a problem to be solved. It's a reality to be experienced. Step out into the white void. The space you thought was emptiness is possibility. It is a new page. Let's write a story that doesn't pre-grieve the end. I'm glad you're here. See you in the next entry.